Hi, well I'm Ken and I go to St James Methodist Church in Woolton, and it's a real good family church and I'm so happy and contented there.
Tell me a little bit about your life, things that you've done in your life.
Yes, well I've been an office boy in an accountant's. I've worked for a weights and scales place, doing manual work really. I've worked for a children's home for 14 years. I've been on the Hackney taxis and I've been in security. First in London, where it actually started, and then I got experienced and come back to Liverpool again. And that's what I finished in security.
That's fantastic. Now, I remember when we had a conversation a little while ago, you told me about something really special happened in your life. Do you want to share that with people?
Yes. Well, at 5 months, I had bowel trouble and I had to go into hospital and they operated on me. I come through it, but it left me with bronchial pneumonia. And my mum prayed very hard that God would bring me through this, you see. And I came through it and I came out of hospital. And not long being out of hospital when my bowels burst open and I was rushed back into hospital. And done that, and Mum prayed again, and I came through it. But when I came through it, it left me with very bad asthma, very bad asthma. I sometimes had injections in both arms. I was in and out of Alderhay Hospital. And the doctors were sent in the night as well. And when I went to bed, I can always remember thinking I won't wake up again. But I had peace, but... and Mum at this time prayed and said, Lord, why is it that you've brought Ken through all this and left him with this bad asthma? And Mum said distinctly that she said, the Lord said to her, once he gives his heart to me, once he accepts me as his saviour, he would heal me. So the ball was in my court, you see, and of course I didn't know this as a youngster. I went to a health school where mostly it was concentrated on rest periods and singing and very little learning really. Now when I was 11, there was a special meeting in the old Central Hall in Liverpool, the Methodist Central Hall in Liverpool, and it was a Friday night, and Mum said, right Ken, you can have a sleep in the morning, we'll go down. And so we went down and it was absolutely packed. And we went up on the balcony and sat down there, and we started off with lively singing, and then the minister preached on salvation, and then he appealed for anyone that wanted to give their heart to the Lord. And I pulled at Mum and I said, Mum, I want to give my heart to the Lord. And Mum said straight away, Ken, you're going to be healed, you see. And I left the seat and it was packed everywhere, so I had to push my way through down the stairs towards where the platform was. And then we made a line and we said the sinner's prayer. We accepted that we were sinners, that Jesus had died for us, and we accepted him into our hearts and our lives. And then the minister said, is there anyone that wants praying for? So I put my hand up, and I had to go up on the platform then. And the minister said, what's your name? I said, Ken. He said, what is it you've got? I said, very bad asthma. He said, right, Ken, I'm going to pray for you. I'm going to put my hands on your left shoulder, and I want you to keep your eyes closed, you see. And I mean, I couldn't see anybody else there, but there was definitely hands on my other shoulder, you see. And as he prayed, I'm 70 years of age now, I can only say that it was like a electric current, a light electric, that went through my head to the tips of my fingers, to the tips of my toes. I came back to Mum, and Mum said, no tablets tonight, Ken, and went to bed and had a good night's sleep. And for the first time, I had friends that used to come in and play sedentary games, but the first time I could go out and I could play football in the street, and I could rough it and rounders and whatever we played at that time, and even chasing the girls, you see.
Right.
And and then the time went on, and when I was 21, they sent me from Alderhay. It was to do at the Alderhay, to do at the university. And I had to go down to the university to see the doctor for all the bad cases that were still here, you see. And actually it was only me that was there as well. And I went in, and they had exercise bikes, and I had to go on these exercise bikes and do press-ups, and it seemed quite a long time, but it was only about 10 minutes. And then I went across where the lady doctor was, and the lady doctor said, well, I don't know what it is, but there's nothing wrong with you now. And so I said, well, I know. And it was the first time I gave my true story, my testimony to her. And I've never had asthma since. All these years, I've never had asthma. So I thank God every day, and I thank God for a mother, a godly mother that prayed, and there was answered prayer. Wow. And I'm here by the grace of God, only by the grace, and I take one day at a time and thank him every day. That's
an amazing testimony, Ken, and it's such a privilege that you've been able to share that with us. And I can see from the way that it's impacted upon you, even looking at you now, that it's had a long-term impact on your life, about your relationship with God. So thank you very much for sharing that with me this morning. God bless you. Thank you.